Hello students, welcome. In this session, we'll see recursion and sample programs, and we'll also see storage classes in C programming language. Learning objective is, here we learn what and how to use recursions and storage classes. Session outcome, using the recursion, you should be able to write the programs. Requisite is that we should have learned the first 3 units of C programming language. Recursion. Let's see recursion. Recursion is a technique of calling a function in terms of itself. That is, function calling itself is called as a recursion. Every recursion function must have a terminating condition or the base condition. Otherwise, what happens? The execution will continue indefinitely. Assume there is a function called as f1, and inside that, if that function is calling itself, inside the body of a function f1, it will once again call f1. Then there will be an indefinite loop. If f1 calls f1, once again f1 will call f1, like it will go on, then it will be indefinite loop. But we need to stop it at some time. We need to stop it at some point. Thus, we need a terminating condition. If that condition happens, that recursion will stop. Let's see a few examples. Factorial function is an example of a recursion. Even Fibonacci series is also an example of a recursion, because the factorial function, fact of n is nothing but n star fact of n minus 1. Right? Here the factorial is calling itself. Similarly, for Fibonacci series, fib of n equals fib of n minus 1 plus fib of n minus 2. Here fib is calling itself. Thus, this is also an example of a recursion function. It will be more clear in the next slide. Let's see an example so that it will be very clear. Assume we are trying to find a factorial. Thus, in the main program, we are asking the user to enter any positive number to find the factorial. And we are taking that n value here, and I am calling another method, fact, and passing the value of n to find the factorial of that number. Once the factorial is received, I am just printing it out here in this program. Let's see the factorial function. In this factorial function, if the user enters 5, it will come fact of 5, the n will be 5. Then if n is greater than or equal to 1, since 5 is greater than or equal to 1, it will say return 5 star fact of 5 minus 1, that is 4. Right? So it will say 5 star fact of, or here instead of fact I am making it as a f, just for the to save some space. So fact of 4. So fact of 4 is nothing but once again it's calling this. Here now n equal to 4. Right? So this fact of 5 is actually calling fact of 4. Right? Fact of 5 is calling fact of 4. This fact of 4, once again it goes here. 4 is greater than or equal to 1, true, it will come here. It will say 4 star fact of 3. This fact of 4 is calling fact of 3. Then similarly, if this 3 goes off, it will be fact of 2. And when this fact of 2, it will call the fact of 1. When 1 comes here, if n, that is 1 is greater than or equal to 1, it will be true, it will come inside 1 star fact of 0. Right? So 1 star fact of 0, then 0 goes here, 0 is greater than or equal to 1, it will be false, it will come here, then 2 will return 1. At the time, it will multiply that 1 to the 2, right? So this 2 is returned back here, 3 star 2, because this 2 is returned here, from here to here. Then 3 star 2 will be 6. This will return to the calling method of the f of 2. F of 2 is called by f3. So it will return here. Here if it returns 4 cross 6, it will be 24. It in 24 is returned back to f3 here. Return back from f3 to f4. 5 cross 24, it will be 120. So finally we get the result 120. This is how the recursion works. Let us see storage classes. Storage class is one which describes storage place, initial value, scope, and lifespan of a declared variable. So storage class is one which specifies the following aspects of a variable, right? So storage space, if you see storage space, it could be either a primary memory or a CPU. That is where the variable is stored. It could be stored on the primary memory or on the CPU. Then initial value, it can be either 0 or a garbage value. What will be the initial value of a variable? If the initial value is not specifically assigned, it could be a 0 or it could be a garbage value. Depends upon the storage classes. Based upon these parameters, we are trying to categorize the storage classes. Scope, it could be a local or a global. It will say about if I declare a variable inside a function, whether that is available only for that local function or it's available for the outside also, that is globally. That scope is mentioned through the storage class. Then lifespan, it will say about in which all functions or in which all throughout program the lifespan of the variable is there or not, right? That's how long the variable would exist, either throughout the function or throughout the program, right? These 4 parameters will differ in each of the storage class. Syntax is like this: storage class, data type, and variable. An example is like this: auto int a. There are 4 storage classes: automatic, the keyword is auto; external, the keyword is extern; third one is static, the keyword is static; fourth one is register, the keyword is register. If you see this table, if it's an automatic storage class, if you declare like this auto int a, it means that a is stored in the main memory, and if you don't initialize, the value will be garbage, and it's a local variable, only it's available within the function where it is declared or within the block where it is declared. Then lifespan is within a block. Similarly, the keyword register, for the register storage class, it is stored in the CPU memory. Initial value is garbage value, scope is local, lifespan is within a block, and it is declared as register int b. For static, the keyword used is static, it is stored in the main memory. Initial value is 0. If it is not initialized, then the scope is local, lifespan is within a block, and it is declared as static int c. The last one is external. The keyword used is extern, storage is main memory, initial value is 0, scope is global, lifespan is complete program. Then the declaration is extern int d. Just a recap of what we studied in this session. Recursion is useful when a repetitive computations need to be done. And storage classes are important as it decides storage place, initial value, scope, and the lifespan of a variable. There's the references which you can refer. Thank you.